you all today? Huge world. All right. Oh. Getting started up here. Welcome to this live show. Oh, wait. Huh. Is this today? I don't even know what's happening. This is today. Okay. Melon technology yet again, rocking and rolling. So thank you all for being here. And we are going to have ourselves a mandala journey. Yay! Look at that. I can use the live chat. We are going to be, oh no, everybody left. I'm live! So we're going to be reworking this mandala and finishing this bad boy up today. It's a busy couple of weeks. My mama's coming today. Notice the excitement. My girls are very excited that my mother's coming so she can meet the rabbits. And I was like, y'all don't understand. My mama don't like pets. So I thought it was fitting to sing her song. Even though it's not the nicest song, I'm going to have to write her a new one. My viewpoints have changed a lot. I wrote this back in 2020 with all the stuff that was happening. And at that point in time, she was one of the people that would not even be around us or my children because we might give her COVID because we were like dirty, going out and doing life people. So, I wrote this song back then, being hurt by the treatment of my family. I think I've sang it on here before, and I'm going to sing it again because she's coming. Is the sound okay? Sitting over there in your big green chair, I'm speaking, but you can't hear me. All you see are the memories of the past to put you through. You don't see how I've changed, transformed through it all. Finally found what I was looking for, but you can't see me, you can't see the sight. You can hear the calling that sounds deep in the night. You can only see what they want you to see. Forever trapped in a reverie. Thank you, Vince. Turn it all off and let it all go. Focus within to what you already know. Speak good vibes and feel the love too. Here comes the change, oh it's right on cue, but you can't see me, you can't see the sight. You can't hear the calling that sounds deep in the night. You can only see what they want you to see. Forever trapped in a memory. Forever trapped in the memory. to my mama, and I realized as I was singing the last verse and chorus, I'm like, it could definitely use a bridge, and it could definitely use another chorus at the end. Um, and so yeah, we'll see what happens with that, and maybe it's like I wrote the beginning part, and now I get to write the part of like me healing my shadows with all of her stuff, which was like we all got to heal and work our way through, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me look up real fast. I couldn't remember the chorus chords today for "Give It All You Got." Naco guitar. I couldn't remember the chorus chords because I play it in 2 different keys, and I just was getting all confused trying to play it today. So we just have to look that up. Time to pull out all my paints, brown canvas. I think that's too high. Time to pull out all my paints. Time to pull out all my paints, brown canvas, get things straight. I was playing it in a 3rd key. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know how to... All right. Time to pull out all my paints, brand new canvas, get things straight. There are no lines here. Double rainbows make Great Lakes, quarter spoke on Mishnah Bay. Here's a keeper, let her open. Everywhere I see is stress, wonder what we gonna lose next. It won't be sweet love, cause it's my lesson, it's my teacher, Malcolm X or Martin Luther. Die am neither. Perfect world, what is this? Does it even exist? Would I live there if I can learn to be alone? I will always have a hope. Give it all you've got. Give it all you've got. All you've gained, and all you've lost. That's enough. Yeah, that's a lot. Make sure I know. There you go. No, they're all like Dharma bumps from the Catskills to Old San Juan. Just an atlas. Dead was magic. Thank you, Paul, for those directions over the bridge over Indian Ocean. No longer struggle, no longer silenced in the dreaming Uluru. I hear Brumbies singing to me, casting lines to Palestine and Eotoria, Balua. It's nice to know life like that. The Mount of Standing Rock, there were Romans, I got lost denominators. So fuck the haters, talk out down Ecuador, standing room on the jungle floor. Can't take our language, can't speak their language. Fuck my burn. Lost a baby, lost a friend. Some days families lost again. To the trauma, to the woe. It's how I learned to be alone. I'm messing this up like crazy. Always from a broken home. That's how I learned to be alone. Coming from a broken home. Give me all you've got. Give me all you've got. enough. Yeah, that's enough. There you have it, my butchered version of Give It All, but I gave it my all. And that's what matters in this, right? Oh, Nako, I'm so sorry if you ever watch this and I totally like butchered that song something fierce, but it is what it is. Oh, sometimes. So here we go. I'm going to flip the camera around. We're going to get started on our awesome mandala for today. The spinning, changing tides of life. We're going to have a great conversation. I want to hear you sing that on stage with Nako. Me too, man. Me too. I want to sing so many of his songs. I've sung the harmony to Nako and Stick Figure all these years. Whoop. I have to figure out how to. I've got my other tripod because I was recording the. I was recording my. There we go. Time lapse yesterday, so it takes me a minute to make this bad boy work. Wow. All right. So now. I don't think I can even get that any closer. Like, we can't zoom in on that. All right, it is what it is. I guess I can bring it down just a little bit more. This is the complicated tripod. I apologize for the delay. There we go. That's a little better. Make it happen. Get to see my awesome seat cushions that Grammy Susan made. Whoop, whoop. So, here we are, yet again, on our journey together. And of course, it feels like there's tape or something stuck to my counter. Yep, I pulled off a piece of tape right before we left. Thank you, children. And now it's like keeping me stuck, and that's all right. So, I would love, absolutely love, to sing with Nako and Stick Figure and just sing their harmony and backup, because that's what I do best on other people's music. And by the way, Thrawn Cleaver, he's gonna come play here. So you had said you will never come back to the Outer Banks, but unfortunately, if he's gonna come sing here, whether he knows it or not, you're gonna have to come visit. Ha 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 ha. Mwahaha. So today we're adding these little circles. Why? I have no idea. I was just told to do it. Little circles to me represent all the little circles and hamster wheels we might get stuck on in this life. And also little circles represent the perfection of life. The journey, circle goes round. Everything is built around the circle. Seasons, the sun, everything's built on a circle. So just imagine all these little circles being your little planetary friends, little stars in the sky, the sun, the moon, the seasons of life, all the things. Everything comes from circles. The plants come from circles. A lot of them grow in a circular motion. So cool. I've got one plant, the leaves like spiral out. I think that's always fantastic. Yeah, ha ha ha. Or I guess you could watch the YouTube video and that's no fun either. But live performances are always way more awesome and nothing's missed and the ambiance is felt, all the things. So what's been going on for everybody? Everybody doing well out there in the multiverse, in the ethers? Let me tell you what, it's been a roller coaster ride over here, my friends. Roller coaster ride filled with more drama, more horse people drama. I did a whole video about it yesterday and then I deleted it. I did 2 videos actually and I deleted both of them because I was like, Mel, you're just perpetuating the drama. And so I tried to like re-record it so it wasn't as dramatic and then I was like, never mind, it's not worth it. They're not worth my time and energy. And they're not. And the message I got was to not respond, just do my own thing. And yeah, it's just crazy how much can change by like one energetic shift. And I also learned the lesson that I need to go to the farm every time. I took one day off in the last month and a half, and that's not allowed to happen. I'm not allowed to take a day off. I must go every day, every day. And no questions asked. I will be there. Oy, goodness gracious. So there's that. My mom's coming to visit. Mama's coming to town. If you've watched and been on my channel for a while, you would know that I don't always have the best relationship with my parents. But doesn't mean you can't try. It doesn't mean you can't keep growing. It doesn't mean you can't do differently than what you've done in the past. All the things. All right. So next we're going to do handy little dot inside all these guys. Because every shape, every being needs a buddy. And these little circles, they need buddies. They need a little dot right in the center. And if you want to smooth up your lines, if you're following along, that's a good time to do that too on those circle friends. We went a little fast over there, so you can kind of go back. And if you don't want to fix your lines, that's cool too. The mandala will look great no matter what. Mandalas don't have to be perfect. They're just a unique creative expression, a true creative, full expression of all parts of your soul, whether you intend for them to be or not. They are. Mandalas are magical like that. I've talked about it in the past, and if we have new people, I'm going to talk about it again, that each mandala created is completely unique to the individual creating it. I've teached. I sound like my kiddos. I taught many a mandala class, and I use the same instruction for every mandala class. And I am hands off pretty much of allowing the people to make the decisions and choices that they want to make for whatever design they're creating. I'll give a hit here and there, but for the most part, it's all them. Yet even giving the same instruction, starting with the exact same template. So they'll have a sacred geometry pattern drawn. And it's a 6-petal pattern or 8-petal pattern. And then sometimes we branch out and do 4-petal patterns. But it'll be the exact same sacred geometry pattern. The exact same instruction coming from the teacher. And yet every single one is completely unique and totally different. Even if the people are sitting next to each other trying to cheat and take their partner's ideas, it is impossible to replicate. So that is how a mandala is a full expression, a unique full expression of your own soul as you create it and draw it. And since we are all here on Naked Lady Mandalas, and I'm bearing my naked soul for the universe, you get to see my unique expression. And it's so much fun. So I put these triangle things in my mandala on the wall yesterday, and I can't tell you how frustrating of a day I had. I was so emotionally, mentally bombarded and drained and hurt and all of the things. I mean, I made 2 like 20-minute videos on it and deleted them like I talked about. But I went and I didn't want to paint. I wanted to go crawl into bed and just cry life away. And instead, I was like, kids, get in the car. We're going to the shop. We're going to be proactive and positive, even though life is difficult right now, even though life is painful right now, even though it's not working out the way I want it to right now. I'm going to go paint. And it was the best medicine. The girls sat quietly and peacefully. Shocking, absolutely shocking. They sat quietly and peacefully and did their workbooks while I painted for an hour and 11 minutes. And it was the best medicine that I could have given to myself at that time of pain and darkness and shadow work and all the things. And when like these difficult circumstances come up into my life, the hardest part, I think for anybody, is to look at like how you are reflecting these behaviors out into your own life. Like, what could I do differently so I'm not attracting this kind of behavior anymore? So that was tough to look at. This is really cool. So now we're going to put some more spiral in because we've got all this spiral action and we can't like leave the inside hanging and not have spiral on the outside. So the last spiral I'm kind of seeing is going this way, although I guess it just depends on how you're looking at it. Yeah, everything's different. So this spiral this time, I'm going to try not to get my hands in the paint. I'm going to come from this here and come across like this. And so now we have a layering effect. Look how fun that is, huh? We're going to bring that bad boy just down like that. Yep, I'm getting in the paint. I'm getting in the paint, but that's all right. We're going to do a better job of not getting in the paint. So now, it's always hard when I'm doing new pedal work to have to talk and concentrate all at the same time. So if I get a little quiet, I'll bust back out again once I get into the flow. So yeah, we're letting go of the drama. We're letting go of the fear that it's not working out the way that it's meant to. Coming into the acceptance of everything is working out the way that it's meant to right now in this moment. And I am right where I am meant to be right now in this moment. And honestly, like that's the truth of it all. I wouldn't have found these live videos had we gotten the farm when we wanted the farm and all the things. And so like I understand that I'm building my life and it's happening the way that it's meant to on God's time. But man, is that like the hardest thing to work past, overcoming a little bit of like envy and jealousy, especially yesterday. I really try not to have that, and I try to have gratitude for like our circumstances. But watching people have the farm or getting the farm, not appreciating what they have, having it all like given to them and handed to them on a silver platter, and it's just taken for granted. That really hurts my heart, knowing how much I want this for our Lucky and our family. But I've got to let all of those feelings go. I've got to let that discomfort go. I've got to embrace and have gratitude for all the things that I have. I'm not going to allow people to tell me how to raise my kids and all of that stuff. I'm going to keep doing me and stop worrying what anybody else thinks. That's been like a huge thing. That's a huge thing for anybody to get past. Sorry if I'm coming off the page here. It's hard with the leg of the tripod. Try to keep it in the center. So that one got a little misconstrued, but that's okay. We're going to come right back at it. We're going to get this one back in action. Nobody will notice. I think that's one of the biggest... Oh, 111. I've been seeing the synchronicities like crazy. Crete Man was on a license plate today, and I wanted to be like, what does it mean? And Crete is a island in Greece, and I was like, maybe I get to go draw mandalas in Crete. How fun would that be? Who knows? We'll have to see where the adventure takes us. I would love to travel the world and paint mandalas for people on their walls. There's just something about a good wall mural that gets me going. Yeah. Oops. So I don't know if y'all saw that little flick of the pen there. I went too far. I took it too far. That'll happen. So now, this just shifted the whole design. Oh, maybe it didn't, but I'm probably going to make that line that I just did there bold all the way around. And we'll just go do that now, and then I'll pick up where I left off. Otherwise, I'll forget, and then I can do it all at the same time. So that's a great example of how the mistakes shape the mandala and the mistakes of life shape our lives. And so, like, going through drug addiction and all of that stuff, it led me to where I am today. And had I not had that experience, I wouldn't have other experiences that have grown my soul in ways that I would never have expected. And that's a huge thing for people to let go of, is to like allow people to be on their journey exactly where they're at. And if they're using drugs, I'm sorry, that sucks. Or if they're using alcohol, I'm sorry, that sucks. If they're gambling, I'm sorry, that sucks. However, you can only change you. You can only fix you, and you can't save anybody else as much as you want to. That's been a huge thing for me. I've been on this healing journey since 2017 and trying to save my family, and I still struggle with it a little bit. Like, I keep recommending that mama goes to yoga and gets her yoga on, but she's only going to do that when she's darn well ready to. And if she doesn't want to go to yoga, I am not going to be able to force her. God himself wouldn't be able to force that woman. She's a Taurus and she lives the Taurus journey 1000%. So that one was a little skinny, but we're going to let go of the things we cannot change. Accept the things we can. That serenity prayer from the Alcoholics Anonymous group is wonderful. If you're going through anything, look that up. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, something, something, and know the wisdom between the two. I'm not your picture perfect Alcoholics Anonymous person. I went in the beginning of my second round of sobriety a lot, especially when I worked as a hospice nurse, because the cravings were so bad in that same environment, and going and watching and feeling all of the feels with hospice. Huh, I forgot these extra lines. And so I went a lot during that time period, but now my AA comes from going to watch the sunsets and making sure I get the self-care that I need, doing yoga, finding my positivity and my gratitude. I keep bumping the mic. Again, I have the wrong tripod. I apologize. Oh, this is like super trippy, y'all. Woo! It's all spinny. If you're struggling with addiction, AA is a wonderful place to start. There are always people that are willing to help. There are great connections that you will make within that program of people that you may never have expected to like be in that program. And a lot of people within that program are people that drag themselves up from the dredges and were able to like build up their lives and build up their businesses and everything, even going through rehabilitation and all of those things. So you never know who you're going to meet in AA. I met a woman who gave us a home when we really needed one without any questions asked for months. She was a home for us. So you never know what will come from taking that step of healing yourself and finding sobriety in your life. Well, look at that. That's fun. It's gorgeous, and I'm zoomed in on it so you can see it. I'm glad that you can, like, the clarity's good because it is far away, but I will post a final picture once we're done with it. We might be able to finish in 15 minutes. I don't know. It'll be a... I'm not quite sure. So let's see what we got here. We're going to want to bring these lines to the forefront. And so to do that, a great way, and I actually don't know where my other pen set is. So I want to do, I guess I might be able to. That's going to take forever. Nope. So we're going to just do lines up. And we're also going to make a second triangle. Within the triangle, give it a buddy triangle. So in that space, I was hoping to do this like U-shaped design and then I color in the one side, but in respect for time and not having a fine enough pen, we're just going to do these little guys. It blows my mind how much detail can be placed into the various spaces and how much it dramatically changes the design. And maybe that's also reflective of life, like how much change and how dramatic a shift in your life just by adding tasks, by adding fun experiences, releasing fear, all that stuff. My girls asked me if I would ever go bungee jumping, and I was like, well, with my back injury, I don't know if I'm feeling like that's a great idea. And I said, well, if I make it to 90, I'll go bungee jump with y'all. And they were like, yay! Not realizing that they themselves would be, what, if I'm 90, 76 years old? If I make it to 90, I'm going bungee jumping. I do try to live a life out of a fear mindset and fear mentality. And that's something that is very hard for people around me to let go of, as well as like horse people. My mom, I can't live a life in fear. I don't lock my doors to my car. If somebody wants to steal from me, they needed it more than I do kind of mentality. If we lived in a different area, maybe, but I believe that most people are good people. Ooh, I keep bumping it. I keep doing it. In the 5 or 6 years now that I've, 2017 to 2023, is that 6 years? In the 6 years being on this awakening journey, I've not locked my doors really at all unless I'm traveling somewhere, because then I'm just like, I really don't want to deal with a stolen car. I leave the keys in it, and I have had my car broken into one time. And it wasn't broken into because I leave the doors open, but I was in such a bad attitude, bad mood, negativity, 1000%, and really feeling the darkness of life. And it was December of 2018. Chris and I were separated. I was working as this hospice nurse. It's miserable, rainy, cold, living at my sister's house, and I'm hating every minute of it. And it was just, it had gotten to me that day. And I went for a walk in this state park near Durham. It's called Eno River State Park. And I parked there, and there was nobody. It was 45 degrees. It was spit and rain, ugly weather, not a soul in sight. So I left my car open, and I went for my walk. And when I came back, my makeup bag with half-used, like, 4-year-old makeup in it was gone. A jar that I had previously had marijuana in was gone, because at that point I'd quit and wasn't smoking anymore. And then a speaker someone had given to me 2 years before that was gone. And that was what these people stole. And I was like, well, I guess they needed it all more than I did. And I realized in that moment, I was like, man, I must be harboring some really negative energy if this is happening and people are like stealing the last bits of things that I have to my name and my old ass rusty Jeep, like old ass 1992 Jeep that didn't even have a ceiling anymore because it'd been like rotted out with pool chemicals from when it was a pool vehicle. Oh, or by adding drama. I don't know what you were talking about. That's okay. I'm trying not to add drama to life. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. I'm letting it out. I'm letting all that go. I'm letting it go to the wolves. It's just interesting to me how much people can focus on all these little things like, and I guess I used to be that person and I used to be so caught up in all the shit that people were doing around me. It made me crazy, that's for sure. Absolutely crazy. So I'm glad I've let go of that stuff. I guess this whole scenario gave me the opportunity to step back from that drama. Where can you all step back from the drama in your life? For the folks watching in the future, I don't think my friend has drama. You're too far away from people. What I wouldn't give to live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm surrounded by a construction site, people all the time, and they just don't leave me alone. But if I was out in the middle of nowhere, I would hermit so badly and wouldn't be doing YouTube live videos. Maybe I'd do them all the time. Who knows? Who knows what the possibilities can bring? Getting ready to start music this summer. Be playing every Saturday night at Tail of the Whale on the gazebo over the water. So come get your waters and club sodas or your alcoholic beverages if you want to take that journey. I understand. And come hear me play. Collection of originals, covers, Nako, Stick Figure, Jewel, REM. Someone's like super stoked that I play Lord Huron, which I haven't played that song in years. I was being haunted by that song and I quit playing it. But I realized last night while I was practicing yoga to the person that really wants me to play Lord Huron that the music that I play doesn't always have to be exactly what changes my soul, but maybe that song has an effect of changing someone else's soul. So gonna bring that back into the repertoire. Gonna play my Ozzy Osbourne this summer. Nowhere is where it's happening. I know, man. I know. Like big ass garden, bushes of berries, fruit trees. My horse in the yard going, Mama, I need more cookies. And I'll make him more fruit pulp date sweetened cookies because he shouldn't eat sugar. There's this little piggy at the farm. She's not a little piggy. She's a very obese and very sad and broken and decrepit piggy. And it breaks my heart to see this piggy because I don't know if it was her, like her mother, but like their foot was busted for a really long time and they were like walking on this part of their foot and the people that own the farm feed her donuts. She was eating her breakfast of pretzels this morning. She's covered in yeast and like bright red, fire engine red, itchy skin. She can't move very well. And it was like a perfect picture of, what we put into our body matters. The food that you're putting into your body matters, especially when you are um you're eating that kind of food. It was just, and so yesterday she didn't have water and she couldn't reach the water. And so when I turned on the water and started filling her trough for her, I was going to overflow it so that she had mud and stuff to burrow into and do her little piggy thing. And she heard it dripping before it overflowed because there's a hole in her trough. And that's the thing, there's a hole in her trough. She can't reach the water very well because there's a hole in it, but they don't replace it, they don't fix it, they just let this poor pig suffer. And so she heard that water and she came running as fast as her little piggy legs could take her. And that's not fast at all, but she then was like trying to lick the drips. She was so thirsty. God only knows how long she had been without for, and it broke my heart. I cried as she was drinking out of the mud puddle, like the super duper muddy mud puddle. And that's just so heartbreaking for animals to go without water. And I did that once to a hermit crab and was devastated. Devastated. When I was like 8 or 9. So I'm glad I was there to give her water, but I sure hate to see what's become of her. All her siblings or family members have passed on. Oh, just a lot of shadow. Winter there, you know? Coming around and making these lines a little smoother. Every line that I draw within the mandala process is drawn multiple times. Every stroke of paint that you see on a wall, I've done at least 3 or 4 times because the paint is translucent a little bit and you have to do multiple coats to get it to come up. And so it's really neat to do these, and people are like, how do you get them so crisp? How do you get such clean lines? And it's because I put in the time and effort to do so. And so anybody can make these lines clean and smooth. The more you practice mandala, the more you draw mandala, the better your hand coordination, muscle memory, all of those things is, the cleaner your lines are going to shape up. Even if you struggle with tremors, you can draw these. Just do bigger shapes and patterns until you build up the muscle memory to do more detailed designs and get into those smaller nooks and crannies of design. We've got 2 more minutes, so if anybody has any random question that I can answer in 30 seconds, by all means, ask away. I meant to do a question and answer part today. I'm sad my friend Tony didn't show up, but that's all right. Tony from Ireland. Really appreciative of the technology these days to be able to make the connections with people I otherwise would have no connection with. So thank you, technology. What do you have to be grateful for today? I'm grateful for a car to get me to where I need to go. I'm grateful for the opportunity to take care of my horse. Grateful for technology to make it so that I could come on and share the art of mandala with folks from all over the world. That's super awesome and super important. So here we have our mandala for today. I have to go. We'll bring it in closer for everybody to see. I guess we'll finish this lady up next week. Thank you all so much for being here, watching, and mandalaing with me. I have thoroughly enjoyed the journey today. I hope you all enjoyed the journey. I'm going to go hang out with my mom and kids and make her dinner. And yeah, live the dream. So I hope you all are living the dream wherever you may be. Sending you so much peace, so much love, so much namaste. Thank you for being here, Mr. Thorn Cleaver. Had a great time, and hasta la pasta. Till next time, adios.